Okay, so again, I'll be patient. So 2 losses so far with half a lot. Just half a lot. Haven't had into a full yet today. Haven't had it. We've pretty much gotten stopped out pretty quick on both of those trades. Wouldn't even have had the chance to add into a full even if we wanted to. Just because of that volatility today in price. So we still have all that SMT at the highs. Again, I wouldn't look to short until we can displace that low, until we create another lower low. That's when I would look to short. I'm still long until that happens. But once we take out that low, I'll look to short this market all the way down. All the way down until yesterday's low, pretty much. Because if we are going to fall like this, I think we're going to have a very, very strong fall off today. We're going to sell off pretty hard if that happens. But right now, I'm still expecting these longs. So this low here is that key low. Right down here. So I'm just going to wait here. I'm going to be very patient now for another setup. Don't want to force too much here. See if we can come back up. Yeah, so far this week, the market has gotten the best of me, guys. The market has gotten the best of me so far. For sure. It's just been one of those weeks. It's been one of those weeks for me. No, I didn't take any trades yesterday. Stay out of the market yesterday. But it's Monday and Tuesday. Monday and Tuesday got the best of me. Again, we still kept our risk really, really tight Monday and Tuesday. So not too bad. Today we're doing a good job of, keeping small lots, not really going heavy. So weeks like this, YM's at high, some more divergence there on YM. Yeah, we are at the highs. So a lot of divergence up top. We could, see if these shorts come down and take out that low, I'm going to short this. I will short this market pretty hard. So we've taken 2 trades today. We've tested out 2 longs off of SMT divergence, higher time frame imbalance, equal low liquidity sweep. A lot of confluence on those trades. They both got stopped out pretty quick with this volatility. Just half a lot. Since then, we haven't taken any trades. Just waiting. Let's see if we can close below this level here. Okay, it looks like these shorts really want to step in. Again, we have more divergence now at the lows. We're having a ton of divergence between our NQ and ES and YM. Ton of divergence, but it looks like these shorts really want to step in now. See if we create any fair value gap entries. See what happens here. Again, we're still seeing all this SMT. ES is still sitting above VWAP. We're now back into that. We're sitting in that 4-hour bullish imbalance. So it's going to take a very solid entry. We just got to wait now for a lot of confirmation on any positions here. Got to wait for a lot of confirmation. Looks like these shorts really want to step in. Okay, looks like these shorts are going to come in here, guys. Let's see what those next levels of sell-side liquidity are. If these shorts are going to drop here. We don't really have sell-side liquidity until all the way down here. So that means we have a lot of room to fall. We have a lot of imbalances. A lot of imbalances here, but we don't have any really sell-side. Maybe on the 1-minute time frame we have some sell-side here, but not much. Maybe this low here. ES is finally below VWAP again, but with some actual momentum, bearish momentum here. So it looks like these shorts really want to step in here. So now I'm just waiting for a retracement move. We're seeing a lot of aggressive bearish momentum. Strong bearish 15-minute candle. right? So at all-time highs, guys, when we're up here, I'm always thinking long until something like this happens. And now I'm being, now the market's proving to me that it's looking very bearish. So now I'm going to start looking for short entries. Because at the end of the day, we still have a lot of reward down to these sell side lows. So now I'm just waiting for some retracement. Again, we came up here, we displaced the breaker to the upside, and then we drop, right? So we're kind of not really respecting a lot of our levels here. Again, if we just run away, I'm not going to chase these shorts. I'm going to wait for pullback, wait for a solid entry. We could just keep dropping and run away on us. I do want to wait for retracement, wait for a solid entry. Creating a 5-minute bearish for value gap up top. A few more minutes till this 15-minute candle closes. And we're creating some 1-minute imbalances above as well. So we're really dropping here. So now these shorts are really proving to me that, we're looking pretty bearish. Let's look at a daily candle. Yeah, we're getting strong bearish move here. We could honestly come all the way down to yesterday's low if we're going to show this much strength, which I would not have expected coming into this market today. Sometimes the unexpected will happen. We just gotta react now and wait for a good setup. 1-minute imbalance up here. We got this 2-minute actually here forming as well. Man, we just keep running away. We're not getting any pullback now. We are not getting any pullback here. And the VIX is really pumping now. YM is all the way at the high, so a lot of divergence between YM. So, I mean, if we don't get any pullback, well, then, I'm not going to really have an opportunity to get involved. 4-hour candle is nasty here. It's a pretty strong drop there. Pretty strong drop. But even then, didn't have an entry opportunity for the shorts. Like I said, I was waiting for us to take out that low to get in the shorts, but I wanted to see real retracement into a very solid level for us. So we're almost at that first liquidity level in the 1 minute. We don't have external liquidity until all the way down here on the 1 hour. Pretty aggressive drop there, guys. Another 1 minute imbalance here. Remember, during Silver Bullet, we're really just waiting for those 1 minute fair value gaps to get tapped into, looking for short entries. And here's the thing, even though we've ran a lot, we still have a lot of reward to the downside, so I'm not really worried. And if we keep running and we don't get any retracement, well, then I'm going to have to just miss out on it. I'll have to sit on the sideline. I'm not going to chase. Not going to chase these shorts right now. Another 1 minute imbalance created above. We are now in an hourly order block. We're in a 1 hour bullish order block down here. Okay, so we could see a little bit of reaction off this level. But we don't look like we're really stopping. So a lot of inefficiencies above us. Just got to wait and see if we can trade up into one and if we're going to get a reaction off of it. Because right now we're not really doing that. And we're not creating any order blocks. We're not trading into any fair value gaps. So I'm just going to have to stay out until that happens. I would like to be involved in these shorts. I really would. I really would like to be involved in them, but can't let that FOMO hit you and where you force an entry and then that retracement move happens, right? So, I mean, it looks like we're heading down for external lows. Still going to wait for the right entry. Another 2 minute imbalance here. And yeah, we have dropped a lot. We have dropped a lot. Right, yeah. Up here, I would have looked for a short opportunity if we would have, created a fair value gap and traded into it. Pretty much anywhere up here, I would have looked for that short. But we haven't done that, so you will never see me chasing price like this, guys. You're not going to see me chase it. I don't care if I miss out on a few hundred ticks. I'm not going to chase it. That goes against my entire trading plan. So I'll just wait. There's going to be more opportunity here. I'll just have to wait for that next opportunity. Another fair value gap created down here. We still have not retraced back into any fair value gap yet. What I'm not going to do is try to jump in the shorts and then we finally get that retracement move and then I get stopped out and, I'm not able to catch that move. So look at all these fair value gaps left behind on the 2 minute and the 1 minute. Creating a big 5 minute fair value gap up here. Strong 15-minute candle close there. So, we're coming down all the way for yesterday's low, which you guys know it's pretty rare for us to take out previous day high and low, especially when our previous day candle is that big. Look how big that candle was yesterday. The fact that we're already almost coming down to yesterday's low is pretty crazy. Pretty rare to see that happen. Pretty rare. Right, but we could see an engulfing candle here, which usually indicates a reversal. Engulfing candles usually indicate a reversal. We're already almost at previous day low. This is insanity, guys. Insanity. This is a crazy sell-off here. And we have not retraced at all. We haven't retraced at all. Hey, there we go, DC Morenos. There we go. So yeah, we're almost at previous day low here. ES is still long ways away, so we're gonna have a lot of divergence down here. Hey, well, I'm glad you made all that loss back. I love it. Well, look at all this divergence. NQ just took out previous day low. ES isn't even close to previous day low over here. A lot of divergence. I'm very surprised that we just took out previous day low already. The market hasn't even been open for an hour. This is pretty crazy, guys. Pretty crazy. This is very rare to see. You do not see this happen very often. We're creating a 5 minute fair value gap up here. So basically now, we have this daily divergence. We got to keep our eye on that. But with all this bearish momentum, yeah, exactly. Exactly, right? We didn't have any entry. There was no entry I could have gotten in here that I actually would have taken, right? So I'm not going to get FOMO. I'm not going to get FOMO over this. There was no entry I could have taken, so I just got to sit out. And that's just the reality of it. Sometimes it can feel, you can feel that FOMO setting in. It can kind of suck. You're like, dang, I wish I would have just chased, right? That's the feeling you probably get, but no. You can't have that feeling because next time you're going to try to chase and then you're going to get stopped out. Right? Exactly. I know. I want to see ES continue to dump, and then I want to see retracement here on NQ. Give us a good level to short off of. Because this one really could keep going. I know we have a lot of divergence, but this one really could keep going all the way down to this daily fair value gap down here. Especially with this engulfing candle, guys, typically indicates a reversal in our market. So seeing a daily engulfing candle here, we might see the market drop down to this daily, maybe even further. It definitely can. That move right there was hundreds of ticks, and I know that's probably going to give some of you FOMO, but You just can't let that FOMO get to you. It's gonna happen, right? I didn't have one clean entry opportunity here, so oh well. Oh well. And even now, we're not trading into a fair value gap. We are still not seeing us trade into a fair value gap. Like we created one right here, we still can't trade into it. Okay, we've created a 1 minute order block here, so we could see some resistance from this level. But now that we've gotten some SMT on a daily level, we got to be a little bit more careful. I mean, this one could start coming down here off that 1 minute order block. I'm not ready to short that just yet, but you know, it's a possibility that we keep dropping. We finally have a 1 minute order block. You know, we trade back into it. We're seeing a reaction off of it. We could see that one keep going all the way down to that daily imbalance below. But again, we could see retracement at any point here. So I'm not really ready just yet. Not really ready just yet. All right, we have daily SMT, guys. Got to be aware of that. But I mean, this one doesn't look like it wants to really stop. But I mean, we can see, guys, just this 1 minute order block is over 100 ticks, right? Over 100 ticks on just this 1 minute order block. So where are we going to put our stop loss? That's the difficult part. If we were to get an entry all the way down here, where's our stop loss going to be? We'd have to have pretty tight stops. So yeah, I mean, looking back at this, I do wish we had an entry opportunity up high. I wish we got an entry opportunity up here because I would have shorted that after we took out that low, just like I said. But we just didn't get the entry opportunity, so you can't, you know, there's nothing you can do about that. Because if you get into the habit of chasing these trades, it might have worked out today, but then you're going to keep on doing that, and the next time it's going to come right back and stop you out. It might work out every once in a while, but it's not a good habit to get into. Yeah, ES could offer some good short opportunity for sure. Still pretty far from previous day low over here on ES. So we're finally getting some stalling here. This to me means we're probably going to get a little bit of retracement. We'll see. So we definitely could see us head back up a little bit because of that daily SMT, right? With NQ taking out previous day low and ES failing to do that. But, I mean, I would not try to long this market right now. Yeah, I think this one's going to keep falling off. I really think this one's going to keep falling. But now we just got to wait for the right entry. Got to wait for the right entry. Got to wait for some retracement. Now we have a big old range here. Swing high to swing low. Hopefully we'll form one. We'll trade up into it a good imbalance. Maybe even on the 15-minute time frame. So as I said, this is not the time that I want to short down here when we're stalling. Because this is basically a lot of the time what happens. We'll stall here and then we'll get a little bit of a pump. We'll retrace into an imbalance above and then we'll go back short again. What a lot of people will try to do is they'll try to short right here when we're stalling and then price comes right back up on them. Yeah, so this is pretty much one of those times we have to wait for momentum. And it almost feels like you're going to have to chase a little bit, but that's just because you got to wait. You got to wait for that confirmation. And once we bounce off of a level, you wait for that confirmation, you know, wait for us to start dropping, and then you jump in. Okay, so 5-minute imbalance right here that we formed above. Let's see us trade into this level here. A lot of 5-minute imbalances above. We've got 3 of them. We've got 3 of them, and now we have this range from the swing high, possible swing low we're forming. Right, so if this is a swing low, we could end up retracing back to the premium of this range, which means we could come up to that 5-minute above. Or we could see us trade right into this one and start to drop. So we just got to wait and see what kind of reaction we're going to get. 15-minute, we're seeing a lot of pullback, long wick here. not displacing those lows. 1 hour candle. About to get paid to fly your drone. That's sick. What kind of drone do you have? Alright, so we're into that 5 minute. Ooh. That thing looks sick. So we're creating a 15-minute fair value gap above. We've got 3 minutes until this 15-minute candle closes. We've traded into this 5 minute. I mean, we could see us completely drop from this level, or we could see some stronger retracement. Wait for that 15-minute candle. This is when it gets very difficult here. The VIX is definitely pulling back a lot right now. About a 2, nice. So I'm going to be patient here, wait for another good setup. What I don't want to do is try to get entries too quick and then miss out on another big drop. I'd rather wait. Okay, we're getting a nice reaction off that 5 minute so far. So now what I'd be waiting for us to do is to try to inverse a 1 minute bullish fair value gap and then look short. As long as we're respecting that level, I'm not gonna short this until I see us, you know, come back down, because we have a lot of excuse me, we have a lot of room to retrace here. We're about to close on this 15-minute candle, which means we're gonna have a 15-minute imbalance up here. All right, we're creating this range, which means the equilibrium is here. We have a premium up here, so we could head back up to a premium. $30-minute candle is insane. That's pretty gnarly, guys. Pretty gnarly. With no pullback on this move. Premium is right where those equal lows were. Oh, of our daily range, yes. Yeah, so if we're looking at our daily range here. From the swing high up here, the 15, to our low down here. Premium is right where those equal lows were, right? Those equal lows are right here. So just below that level. Nice. That's a good catch there. That's a good catch. Your fib's different. So I have, if we look at the 15-minute here, swing high, swing low. We got our equilibrium here. Where is that at? Right at 20,820.50. That's the 0.5 I have here. From our swing high of the day to the swing low. Alright, so 15-minute candle just closed, so now we have a 15-minute imbalance above. Yours is at 2821. Huh. That's interesting. And you're on NQU. Wonder why. That's strange. Oh, so M and Q might be a little bit different. M and Q might be a little different. Sometimes it is a few dollars off, or even a few cents off. Okay, so 15-minute candle, opening bullish. Looks like we might want to head up into that 15-minute imbalance above. Let's see if we do. Longs might step in here for a little bit. So this is one of those days where, you know, you might want to scale down a little bit. It might be better to scale down to be able to keep wider stop losses just because of the volatility. Right, I mean, I've gone in half a lot in both of my trades. Haven't really added to a full. Right, so this is one of those days where, just like yesterday, I said, I'm longing until I'm proven that the shorts are going to step in. Today, now we've been proven that the shorts are going to step in, but we didn't get the entry opportunity. So now we wait for another one. Right, and I was still looking for longs. I was looking for longs until I was proven otherwise. Right, and I was proven otherwise, so. These longs could step in. We could see us trade back to a premium, or at least into that 15-minute bullish or bearish imbalance above. Let's see what we do. Let's see if we inverse a 1 minute fair value gap, or if we keep respecting these 1 minutes, we could see the long step in. Continue to step in here. So far we've respected our 1 minute gaps, 1 minute imbalances. So really got to be patient here. Really got to be patient, guys. Still want to catch a nice trade. Still have room to trade, just need to be patient. Alright, so we're starting to try to inverse that 1 minute bullish fair value gap. Let's see if we want to do that. We're bouncing pretty hard off that 5 minute imbalance above. Starting to look a little bit bearish again. Let's see if we want to inverse this gap here. Looks like we're going to. We're about to close on the 1 minute, so we might close below this level. We might close below that 1 minute here. So now we've inversed that 1 minute bullish for value gap. See if we want to trade back into it. And what we don't want to do is get caught in any fake outs right now. You could see a lot of manipulation here. Just trying to basically trap people. You could see people, getting people trapped in the shorts just for price to retrace back up a little bit more. So we want to be careful of that. Here's the deal, guys. We could still have a lot of reward offered to us in the shorts today. So even if we did not see an entry opportunity here, we could still see another great entry opportunity. Okay, so we're getting a reaction off that inverse gap. We're coming down trying to inverse this 1 minute down here. So it looks like these shorts want to step back in. We just inverse 2 1 minute fair value gaps there. But now I need to see us really trade back into another one. Create a bearish fair value gap, trade into it. Right, we don't want to get trapped here. We have a 1 minute fair value gap up here. So we technically displaced that 1 minute fair value gap, bullish one. But I still don't really like this just yet. We're still in that 2 minute imbalance, bullish imbalance there. All I want to see us do is just trade into a fair value gap and actually respect it. So far, we're really not doing that. We trade into the 5 minute. 5 minute close, nice Just closed bearish. But I still don't think we have enough momentum to the downside just yet. Just want to see us trade up into that 1 minute. See a nice reaction. Possibly look for the shorts again. And if I do short from this level, guys, what I'm going to have to do is I would have to probably just take out my profit here, because what could happen is we could create a bullish breaker where we just come down and create a new low and then come back up. That's a strong possibility. So I would probably take out a lot of profit if we came down to this low. And that's only saying if we come back up and actually get a reaction off that 1 minute. So usually, guys, I usually give myself about 100 ticks of losses in a full lot on a day. That's like the most usually I'll go to. So when I've taken 2 losses with half a lot and 50 ticks, that means I'm technically down 50 ticks, right? So still have room for another trade here. Yeah, Christian, I mean, I wouldn't blame you. It's if you're up that much on a day like today, it's probably a good idea to hold on to that profit, because this is a market that could very easily take that profit back from you, because you could start to get a little bit too greedy. That's obviously up to you, but I think that could be a pretty good idea. Could be a pretty good idea for you. Definitely wouldn't blame you. So we're just kind of chopping right now. Yeah, I mean, if I would probably call it myself, you know, if I was up about $1,400, you know, you might probably see me call it for the day. Just depends on what trades we've taken and if there's any other good opportunities. We're still chopping right now, guys. Just waiting for another good entry. I'm not going to trade the chop. We need to see us, you know, start to get some better price action. So here's the deal, guys. I'm not upset about today. I'm really not upset, because obviously I always wish I can get involved in these moves like that. But I stuck to my plan and I didn't chase price. And I didn't see an entry opportunity, so I'm not upset. I'm really not. 100%, like, honest with you guys, I'm not upset. I stuck with my plan, and I can't be upset about that. What I would be upset about is if I did start chasing price. You know, it would have worked out today if I did, right? But it doesn't always work out. What I would be upset about is over leveraging, taking a bunch of trades, trying to just catch this move because I have FOMO. Even if I won, I wouldn't be. I'd be happy, I guess, but I wouldn't be happy with myself and my discipline, because I would understand that that's not really the trading I like to do. Exactly. And I think the more you trade, the more you understand that. I think a lot of people that are new to trading probably won't understand that as much right now. Because you see an opportunity, you see a move like that, and you think, well, I have to get involved, right? But I think the more you start trading, the more you start to realize that you don't always have to be in a trade. You don't always have to be involved in a big move if you don't see your levels. So that's the way I see it. Because, yeah, I could get FOMO. I could get a lot of FOMO from this. I really could. But what's that going to do for my trading psychology moving into the next trade and then the next trade? That means I'm probably going to keep getting FOMO, and I'm probably going to start taking some bad trades. Right? That's usually how it goes. I would say for most people, for most traders, that's how it goes. If you start letting yourself get into that habit, it's going to become a habit. Not a very good habit to have. So I'll keep being patient. I'll keep waiting for the next setup. Well, yeah, I mean, Bash, as long as, it seems like, yeah, I mean, if you're taking a lot of losses, it's tough. But when your wins outweigh your losses, that's why risk management is so key, because now I'm sure what it sounds like is that your account isn't, about to be blown or anything, because it seems like you're keeping your risk management pretty good. Correct me if I'm wrong. But you can still take a lot of losses. And I know you said yesterday you made back all of your losses in one trade, right? Yeah, exactly. And that's what it's all about right there. It's been one of your toughest weeks, but you're still doing great. That's what it's all about. I love that. That's awesome, DC Morenos. That is amazing. Just slightly tilting. As long as you're not fully tilting. Yep, exactly right. Trying to chase momentum can often really destroy your account. And it can work out. On a day like today, it could definitely work out, but most days it's not going to work out. There you go, Bash. I love the discipline. I love it. All right, so now we took out that low. So like I said, we could see us form a bullish breaker. So let's see if we're going to get a continuation to the downside or if we're going to reverse. And if we come down and displace this low again, I'll start looking for shorts again. I'll look for shorts again, but if we're going to come back up and start to look like we're forming a bullish reversal pattern, I'll start to look for longs to catch us back up into a premium. And the closer we get to our, London close, the more likely we're going to see that. I'm not going to try to guess the bottom. I'm not going to try to force a long entry or anything. I'm still short bias. But I would need to see some displacement of the lows again and then retracement for me to get back in the shorts. I mean, the shorts still look very good here, so we're about to close on the next 15-minute candle. Let's see if we're going to displace our previous 15-minute candle. I mean, our next level of liquidity is down here on the 15-minute. Next swing low, not there. So let's see if we're going to displace here on the 15. Nice, Jordan. Let's go. Let's go. So it looks like we're going to displace that low. Looks like these shorts are going to keep stepping in here. Let's see if we can trade back into a fair value gap here. Order block. 1 minute order block, 1 minute bearish for value gap. Let's see if these shorts want to keep going. Hourly candle closes soon. In about 15 minutes. Looks like we want to target that next level of external liquidity down at that swing low. So I want to see us actually come back. I don't want to see us run away again. Don't run away. Come back and give us another entry opportunity. Okay, so I want to see us trade into that 1 minute, and I want to see a nice reaction off of it to go short. But if we're going to, push right through that, if we start to inverse that level, that 1 minute, we could see the long step back in and try to get that, that strong retracement pullback move. So let's see if we're going to inverse this or if we're going to use this as a nice level to short off of here. I want to see a reaction to the downside if I'm going to short this. We could see us push right through that and inverse that 1 minute, so that's why I'm waiting, being patient here. Two-minute imbalance there as well. Starting to like that reaction a little bit there. Okay, that's a pretty nice reaction. Pretty nice reaction off that 1 minute. I still don't trust it just yet. I still want to wait for an entry here. Still want to wait for an entry. I'm not trusting it just yet, guys. Not yet. Not yet. Looks very manipulative right now. Very manipulative here. We can start to head down aggressively. I will jump into the shorts, though. Alright. Oh. Okay, I got in the shorts, but I got filled way too low there. Way too low. Caught a lot of slippage on that one. So I will keep my stop above this 1 minute candle. I don't like how much slippage I just got, so I might have to cut this one a little bit early. If this one pulls back pretty quick, I'm just going to cut it. See, that one came back so... See, that's just a little bit frustrating there. It's frustrating. I tried to get my entry all the way up here. And right as I was getting that entry, we dropped super hard, so I got a lot of slippage there. Didn't get the entry I wanted, so I just had to cut that one. Just had to cut that one there. So, yeah, a little bit frustrated on that entry. I really wanted to get a better one. Really wanted to get an entry up here so that I could have my stop loss above that 1 minute and 2 minute fair value gap. That would have been where I wanted to have my entry. So let's see what happens here. Again, the ideal entry there would have been up here in that 1 minute. I was trying to get it a little bit up here. And then, yeah, sometimes it happens right when I got that entry. Boom, it dropped. So we'll see. We're kind of chopping now. So I'll just wait. I'm probably gonna wait to take another entry. I have, you know, another trade. I have another trade in me, but I want to make sure it's perfect. I want to make sure it's perfect. I really wanted that entry to be up here. So let's see if these shorts are going to step back in or not. We're kind of chopping. Kind of chopping here. We're still looking very bearish. We are still looking very bearish, but we are getting a lot of chop. So again, if we start to inverse a 1 minute bearish fair value gap, that's when I'm looking to see if we're going to create a reversal pattern up here and get that stronger tracement. But right now, we still look very bearish. Five-minute candle just closed. Small 5 minute fair value gap above. Small 5 minute bearish fair value gap above up here. See if we want to trade into that. So I will look for one more trade. That's all I'm going to take. One more trade. Just want to make sure I get a really, really good entry. Right, since I've kept my losses all small, there's still a chance that I could make them all back in one trade. Right, but we're just seeing so much volatility right now, it's hard to get that entry. That's awesome, Jay. That's awesome. I love that discipline. Love that discipline. Okay, let's see what the VIX is doing here. VIX got a lot of pullback. It's a little bit, it's still very bullish on the day. It's pulling back a little bit here. Right now we're kind of chopping, so might need to wait for another, you know, for a little bit for another good setup. Hey, there you go. There you go. See, that's what it's all about, right? And that's why, look, you can take a lot of losses. You can take a lot of losses, and as long as you know how to manage that risk, you can make it all back pretty quick. So let's see if we're going to inverse that 1 minute here. So now we're into that 5 minute bearish fair value gap. If we start to inverse this one, I think the longs will step in and we'll get strong retracement. We'll form a bullish reversal here. Bullish breaker. Looks like these longs want to step in now. For sure. Take it easy. Take it easy. Let's see if we're going to try to inverse this 5 minute or not. 5 minute bearish order block there. We're bouncing off of pretty hard. 5 minute bearish fair value gap. We're still, oh, okay. We're still respecting this 1 minute bearish fair value gap here. Let's see if we're going to close inside of it or not. So we still close inside of that level. I just still can't really trust this right now. I can't trust this market right now with all this manipulation we're seeing. Just want to be very careful here. But I do like that we traded up into the 5 minute breaker or 5 minute order block, 5 minute bearish fair value gap, and we're really bouncing off of it. Respecting that 1 minute and 2 minute fair value gap. Just don't like getting another entry down here for another manipulation move to get stopped out. Sometimes I do. Yeah, sometimes I will. Sometimes I'll copy trade multiple. I think it's a good way to go. You can de-risk a lot and, you know, be able to make money on multiple accounts. I think it's a pretty good way to go. Yeah, I use Apex Trade Copier. Well, the thing is, if you're going to use Trade Copier, that's just a way that you can scale down and still be making good profit because now you're making it on 2 accounts. So it's just a way to manage your risk a lot better. And if you're going heavy on both of those accounts, then you know, you're not really managing your risk. You're not really keeping your risk smaller. Guys, right now we're chopping like crazy. Again, I want to see these shorts step in again. We're really respecting that 5 minute. I just don't like how choppy we are. Man, it looks like these shorts are going to step right back in. But while we're chopping like this, I still don't really trust it. What I do really like is that 5 minute candle there. Yeah, you can use Trade Copier on Apex if you do it through. I mean, I've done it through Tradeovate. I do it through Tradeovate. And you can do Trade Copier. Exactly, Jay. Exactly. Of course, man. Of course. So you can look for the Trade Copier if you click on like where it says accounts or where it says account. You can pull that up. You click on that and then you go down to where it says manage groups. And then you can manage groups and create a group there and connect whatever accounts you want to that. trade copier. And these shorts are really trying to step back in here. Let's check this out, Shosky. Now that's pretty sick right there. Dang, that building's crazy. What is that place? That's awesome. I love it. So it looks like these shorts are really going to step back in here, guys. Again, what I really wanted to do is have an entry up here. Just couldn't really trust the market with how much manipulation we were seeing just now. But these shorts are stepping back in again. Dang, that's pretty cool. Like I said, guys, the next level to target would be this low and then this fair value gap down here on the daily. So man, we're still going. We still have not seen any real retracement so far. I mean, a little bit here. That's pretty much it. We are still running away. So, like I was saying, my ideal entry would have been up here. We're taking out that next liquidity level, next external level, external low down here on NQ. I mean, this hourly candle is pretty absurd. Another fair value gap there. So we'll see. Like I said, I have one more trade in me. I just wanted it to be a perfect entry. Wanted to take this entry up here, but again, when I took it the first time, got caught in slippage, didn't get the best entry. Yeah, 1,000 tick drop on this 1 hour candle is insane. Insane. Let's see if we want to trade back up into this 1 minute here. We have 1 minute till this hourly candle closes. Looks like we're going to get strong displacement of that next external low. Looks like we're going to close below that level there. And we just keep running away, so. One hour is about to close here in a few seconds. Strong displacement of all of our external lows on this 1 hour candle. Yeah, so I mean, that was insane. All right, Christian, have a good one. Another 1 minute fair value gap here. Let's see what kind of manipulation we're going to get here at this end of the hour. Okay, ES over here. I mean, a lot of divergence on ES and NQ today. ES is still pretty far away, but I think these shorts are still going to try and step in. I mean, so these shorts are still trying to go. Tapped into that 1 minute fair value gap above, or bounced off it again. So let's see here. I mean, I just want to wait for one Really, really good trade with very good risk to reward. I mean, if we look at 15-minute candles, 15-minute time frame here, when we can look all the way down here, we haven't even created our morning range yet. And we've got a long ways to a premium, so I don't really expect us to go back up to a premium today. Let's look at a weekly candle here. Crazy pullback on the weekly candle. We don't have the order block. We have a weekly order block all the way down here. We're almost in that daily fair value gap, so still a lot of room to run. So let's see here. We can get one more good entry opportunity. Yes, for sure. That's what I'm thinking, right? If we can trade into that daily, get a strong bounce off that daily, start to inverse some bearish for value gaps, start to look for longs, rebalance some of this market. So yeah, I mean, this week so far, guys, it's definitely been tougher for me personally, but my losses this week are still way, 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 way lower than our win from last week, from our profits from last week, right? So that's all I care about is even when I have a tougher week, as long as I'm keeping my losses tight, it's not the end of the world. Have a go on DC Morenos. Alright, so like I was saying, guys, just waiting for one more setup. Try to find one more setup. See if it'll show. One more trade, and then call it. Yeah, I mean, tomorrow will be another very volatile day with PPI coming out. But we could see another great, a lot of reward offered tomorrow as well. Today just wasn't able to get involved at the right time. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Again, sometimes the market just has a mind of its own, right? You could see news come out completely positive and the market dumps, right? You could see the news come out negative and the market pumps. So sometimes we can't pay too much attention to the news and we just got to focus on our technical analysis. All right, another 5-minute fair value gap created up here. Another 5-minute SIBI right here. Do want to see us trade down into that daily fair value gap. So let's say we wanted to short from that 5-minute SIBI down to the daily. What kind of reward are we looking at? Not a ton. I mean, still like 144 ticks. Not as much as I would want. Yeah, no, definitely, Jay. Definitely happens often. Definitely happens often. Especially after trading into some, if we trade into another daily bullish imbalance. Could definitely see that happening. So let's see if we trade into this 5-minute. If we get a nice reaction off the 5-minute, I'll look for one more short up here. Just want to make sure it's a very solid reaction and that we're not going to come up and try to inverse it. Okay, not going to get in short off of a strong bullish candle. I would need to see a nice reaction off this 5-minute for me to short this. We're looking like we have a very strong bullish candle here on the 5 and the 15. But if we start to drop from here, I will look for shorts. So let's see what we do here. See if we want to inverse this 5-minute or if we're going to get a nice reaction off of it. We still have that daily imbalance down there. But it looks like we're trying to inverse this level right now. Very strong 5-minute candle. If we inverse this 5-minute, that's when I would start thinking about longs. Which looks like we're trying to inverse it. If we inverse this with a lot of strength, I will start looking for longs back up to take, for that retracement move to take out some buy side liquidity. And maybe back all the way to that 15-minute imbalance. This 5-minute candle is about to close. Looks like we're going to inverse it. Wow, we really did inverse that. And that's why I didn't jump into another short, because of how strong we're looking to the upside. So now I'm going to start looking for longs here after the strong move to the upside. Looks like we're going to get some nice retracement to go take out some buy side liquidity. But now we just got to wait for the right entry. I mean, I think there is potential that we come all the way back up. Possibly back to a premium. So we still haven't traded back into that inverse yet. Waiting for us to create a fair value gap here, at least on the 1-minute. I would want to see us try to trade into that inverse 5-minute fair value gap. And like I said, I'm still not going to chase the longs, guys. I still need to see a good entry. Because even if we do end up running away from us, we would still be creating a power of 3. And we'd still be creating a reversal pattern. So there'd still be another opportunity. You just have to go to settings, style, and then you can do middle line like that. You can do the color, and then you can do dashed line, dotted line, or normal line. Okay, so we're into that inverse, into that 1 minute fair value gap. I do want to start seeing these long stepping in. I want to look for a long entry. I'm not going to jump in off a strong bearish candle. Again, need to see a good reaction first. It's a pretty good reaction so far. Let's see how much we want to trade into it first. Still no entries, guys. Still no entries. Really have to have a lot of confirmation on a strong bearish day. If I'm ever going to long a crazy bearish day, I have to see a lot of confirmation. Because now you can see how aggressive we're heading right back down after inversing that 5 minute. We're really heading back down, so I'll just keep waiting here. Keep being patient. So that was a pretty strong move back down there. So they trapped a lot of people in the longs there. They trapped a lot of people in the longs, and now they're dumping the market again. That's why we wait for confirmation, guys. That's why we don't just jump in and chase. Imagine if I would have chased the longs here. I would have gotten stopped out real quick right there. That's why I don't chase. Because, yeah, sometimes chasing might work, but then you try to chase again, and then something like this happens. I would say this happens more often than actually chasing and catching the full breakout. We're getting closer to that London reversal time in about like 16 minutes. So I'm still going to wait for another setup. I'm not going to rush anything here. Looks like we might want to come down and take out that yesterday's low. Or sorry, not yesterday's low, but trade into that daily fair value gap. See how ES is looking on the daily time frame. Still pretty far away from yesterday's low. So still a lot of divergence on a daily time frame, which is another reason why I could see NQ moving back up. But right now we're just kind of ranging. A lot of manipulation here. Don't want to get caught in any manipulation. So I will keep being patient until I see that A+ setup. And I'm like I said, I'm taking one more trade if it's there. I'm not going to revenge trade. I'm not going to force a trade just to force a trade. But I still will look for one more. So 5 minutes still closed inside of that inverse fair value gap. We don't have any 15-minute imbalances up until here. Pretty crazy day of price action so far. About 13 minutes away from that London close, where we often see that reversal. Now we have our equilibrium of our AM range down here at 27.8450. Right inside of that 15-minute bearish fair value gap, so I could definitely see price targeting that level. Especially if we trade into this daily down here and bounce off of it. VIX is still very bullish. So this is going to require a lot of patience here. A lot of patience. Kind of just chilling in this level. Really want to see an A+ setup come into play. So this is that point where people will try to get entries and they will get manipulated. They'll try to get entries right in the middle of this area and they'll get manipulated. I want to wait for that move to happen. I want to wait for that breakout to start happening, for that reversal to start happening, and then get involved. Yep, it's definitely dying. We're going into London close pretty soon here. That's where I want to start seeing that reversal come into play. So we might need to wait for a little bit. Might need to give it a little bit of time. Yep, would want to see London reversal, create a bullish breaker, maybe trade down to that daily fair value gap, create a bullish breaker, because then if that London reversal does come into play today, we'll be offered a ton of reward. Like, let's say, even if we caught it, let's say from up here, let's say we got an entry up there. That equilibrium isn't all the way up until here, which still is about 540 ticks away. And I could definitely see that London reversal happening. So that's why I'm going to wait for another entry. 11:30. 11:30 is typically when we see that reversal. 11:30 into 12. So, I mean, like I was saying, guys, we could see us drop into this daily fair value gap here. Of course. We could see us drop into that daily. I mean, this this dump today was definitely unexpected. Definitely unexpected for me to see this, how aggressive it was. Big engulfing candle here on the daily, which means we could continue to see price falling off in the future. 4-hour bearish breaker being formed, possibly. Same with the 1 hour. So let's see if we want to trade down to this daily fair value gap, start to get some kind of reversal, if we're just going to keep heading down. Alright, so we're still heading down here. Going into that daily now. And this is what I mean by manipulation, guys. We see us come up and inverse a 5-minute bearish fair value gap, get a very strong candle up, and then drop right back down. So that's why you did not see me jump into any long entries here just yet. Now I'm going to be waiting for us to take out this low or to come down into this daily, see a reaction off of it. Okay, so now we're into that daily fair value gap. We're about 7 minutes away from our London reversal time. Let's see if that reversal wants to step in, or if the shorts are just going to continue. Yes is still heading down, getting closer to that yesterday low. I mean, this one just keeps heading down, so I'll just keep waiting. I'll keep waiting. This drop has been insane. All right, into that daily bullish fair value gap. The shorts continue. Yes, it's heading down to the external low on the hourly. So, see what happens here. So I'll keep emphasizing it. Days like this, just weeks like this, are where I just have to focus on risk management. When I seem to be not getting my entries in, where I want them, and I'm taking some losses, as long as I can focus on my risk management, it will be okay. Okay, so we're still in this daily fair value gap. We're still dropping here. Trading in that 1 minute fair value gap above. You could look for more shorts here. Got to look for where our next levels of liquidity are. And this one just keeps dumping. I mean, so, you know, you could keep riding the shorts. Could keep riding the shorts here. I still don't love jumping into them while we're in this daily, but again, the shorts are just going to keep going, so could keep riding these shorts. One minute order block. Let's see if we're going to bounce off of it or not. I don't love shorting here, but again, if we're going to keep this just dropping, I will look to take a short. See if we bounce off this 1 minute order block. Alright, I'll try the shorts one more time here. Just half a lot again. I'll try them one more time. I might have to cut cut it early if we're gonna bounce. But if we're bouncing off this 1 minute order block, I will look to try them one more time. But I might have to cut this one early if we're not getting that fall through again. We're not getting that fall through. We're not getting the fall through I want to see. Yeah, my entries, every time I've finally found one I want to get in, we've come right back up. So we're really not pushing down after bouncing off that 1 minute order block. Let's see. I mean, we're still in this one. Still in half a lot. We're right around break even here. And we're not getting that fall through. See if we can start to push down. Again, we've been doing this all day where we ride, we trade up a little bit and we drop. So if it doesn't happen here, then that's just my luck today. I mean, that's just how it's been for me today. I just have not gotten the trades right today, and it is what it is for me. I'm not going to keep trading. I'm not going to overtrade. I'm not going to extend my losses. I've hit my loss limit for the day. I'm going to call it. It's a bummer. It's annoying. But again, I got to just take my losses and move on and not dwell on them. I'm not going to dwell on them. Right. I've tried them out. I've tried out the shorts. And I just haven't gotten the right entries. So, not much more I can say from that. Not much more I can say. And now we're dropping, right? So, yeah, it barely came up and stopped me. Barely came up and stopped me out. And now, we're kind of chopping out. But again, guys, it's one of those days for me. It's one of those weeks for me, really. But what I'm not going to do is keep trading, and I'm not going to revenge trade. I'm not going to try to keep making my losses back just to lose more, right? No, I hit my loss limit. I'm done. I'm calling it. I hit my loss limit. I'm calling it. So now it looks like we're going to get that drop. We'll see. Again, timing today has not been there for me. I've tried it out. Tried to catch some of these shorts. Haven't been able to get it right. So I'll take my losses. I will move on. It's just been one of those days for me. I'll be good. We'll come back a little bit later. We'll look for some more setups. Right, this has just kind of been how it's been for me, right? Had the entry where I wanted to and barely got stopped, and now price is dumping again. So it's just been one of those days. All right, so I'm going to call it here, guys. I know it hasn't been the best. Hopefully some of you have had a little bit better of a day. But yeah, I'm not going to dwell on the past. I'm going to learn from this. I'm going to move on. more opportunities in the future. So I'm gonna stick with that positive mindset. Don't let the revenge trading mindset start to take over. Once you hit your loss limit, call it. Once I hit my loss limit, I'm done. Like I said, I'm done now. I hit my limit, no more. No more trading for me. So, all right, that's going to be it for me. We'll come back and do education in about an hour, and then we'll have our prop firm session to end the day. Safe trading. If you're going to keep trading, again, I will not be. I will be staying out. All right, so I will talk to you guys very soon. Stay safe until then. Thanks, Jay. Take it easy. Of course, guys. Appreciate you. God bless. I will see you in a little bit. All right. Peace out.